How's it going, Guardians? It is your boy Turkey here with another video, and today I'm going to be bringing you guys a build that I just really put together fully. I would say it's fully put together yesterday. I did get the Shoot to Loot Kinetic Tremors God roll, which wasn't even part of it, and that's kind of what I was using this to get to, and I didn't realize how good this build was until I had a couple teammates that were just actually typing in chat complimenting me. It's like, hey, good job for getting that to work. And then I was like, wow, this is really good. And I started fiddling with some of the mods, Lucent Blade, and some of the things that it does for the exotic glaives, and the Titan one in particular is absolutely insane for endgame PvE. There is no class, there's no well, there is no hunter tether that can provide, I think, the amount of security that this build does. Yes, you have Omnioculus, permanent Idvis, but I don't know. The efficiency in which this gives you a safe place to be is, I feel, unmatched, and you can really command the battlefield. You can shoot bubbles wherever you want. So before I just completely overhype this, let's hop into the build. The dim link will be in the description. I'm going to get to the aspects, the fragments, and then I'll show you some gameplay of me running the Grandmaster Nightfall, Proving Grounds. I've done a few of the other ones. I'm confident this would work anywhere, and I also used this build with Void. Like, it's just an all Void build, even though Proving Grounds, I believe, is Solar Strand. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to use anything else for endgame Titan gameplay, honestly, so let's hop into this. Who would have thought that the edge of action would finally be an exotic weapon that is a mainstay of a super useful build that I really don't think can be matched by any other thing? Let's talk about the exotic perk and what makes it special. When weapon energy is full, consume it before firing to make your next shot deploy a protective shield on impact. A miniature Titan bubble, like you saw in the intro. Little purple jelly domes. And that's just that. It's that simple. It lasts 15 seconds, gives you Blessing of Light, and it's great. So let's now take a dive into the armor and the mods that I have equipped that help this build really shine. Obviously, you're gonna want to try to spec into max resilience for that 100 res. This isn't a necessity for having double ammo, heavy ammo. I like having special ammo just because of how often we're going to be trying to proc that bubble. So sacrificing a heavy ammo finder slot for a special ammo finder slot right here is more than viable. Just do it sometimes if you need to. In our glove slot, we have Focusing Strike. Grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a melee attack, and this is going to let us get our Titan barricade up a lot because we're going to be running Sentinel shield throw. You'd be surprised, honestly, how much energy you get back from that shield throw using 3 Focusing Strike mods. It comes back like at lightning speed when you throw that. It bounces off multiple targets and you'll get your barricade back super fast. Right here, this is super interchangeable, but for the sake of just utility, Heart of Inmost Light is what I'm using, and Lucent Blades ×2, and this is what's going to allow you to proc the remote shield on your exotic glaive with 3 hits of your ranged attack on the glaive as opposed to 4. And you would think that that's not a big difference, but in terms of ammo economy and having that second bubble shield as opposed to the Weapons of Light shield up, just more, it's better than having the extra ammo. Because it's just going to take 3 hits, then you pop your little mini bubble shield, you get Blessing of Light, you get your overshield, and that'll just have any downtime where you don't feel safe in your endgame content. You can just pop that when your bubble shield is out. And to supplement that, you can always throw your rally barricade, and you have to think of the synergy of offensive bulwark, which is something in the Titan Void aspects, which makes your grenade charge faster while you have an overshield. This procs from the remote bubble shield that is given to you from the exotic glaive. So you're getting all of the offensive bulwark stats that you would get, and you're getting the recharge rate of Heart of Inmost Light on your abilities when you're spamming and casting abilities. And then you have the Void reserves to pair with double Void weapons if you have a retrofit like I do in your final slot to still maintain a decent amount of heavy ammo for DPS or to mow down champions. And it also takes advantage of volatile. There's a lot of synergy, there's a lot of ands in this build, and you're also going to want to have Void Scavenger to get more ammunition for that glaive. And now, once we covered that synergy, we're going to move on to our class item, which has 2 important mods and another one for special ammo in particular. And the 2 class ability mods are going to be Utility Kickstart which states when your class ability energy is fully expended, you gain class ability energy. Very simple. Multiple costs of this mod can be stacked to increase the potency of the effect, so we're just going to go with 2, and then special ammo finisher in order to maximize the amount of glaive ammunition we have to proc our remote shield more often. Now, let's take a look at our aspects and fragments. So first and foremost, let's look at our aspects. We're going to be going with fragment slot 1 is going to be Bastion. Cast your super to grant overshield to nearby allies. Casting your barricade grants overshield to yourself and nearby allies and empowers it, enabling it to slowly regenerate the overshield of allies bunkering behind it and extend their overshield duration. Base cooldown 1 minute and 40 seconds, which is brought to you by 100 resilience. Get that resilience up, get that damage reduction, and that'll just help you have an uptime on your barricade. It'll just help you out, giving your teammates some more overshields and providing more survivability. Next, offensive bulwark. We're going to be having that one on just for offensive bulwark in particular and the synergy that is given to you by the exotic glaive. While you have an overshield or are inside Ward of Dawn, your grenade recharges significantly faster, you have increased melee range and damage, and final blows extend the duration of your overshield. You gain an additional shield throw while in Sentinel Shield, but that's of no use to us because we're obviously using Bubble for the survivability and endgame content. Alright, so now let's take a look at our fragments. In slot 1, we have Echo of Persistence, Void buffs applied to you. Invisibility, Overshield, and Devour have increased duration. Pay mine TZ minus 10 resilience. That's a simple one. Echo of Cessation, I don't know how you say that. Hopefully I said it right. Finish your final blows, create a burst of void damage that causes nearby combatants to become volatile. Defeating volatile targets creates a void breach. This one is interchangeable, with which I'm going to show on screen right now. Echo of Starvation, picking up a void breach or an orb of power grants Devour. This one is probably what I'm actually going to slot. It's arguably better, especially with the volatile flow that you have this season. Picking up an orb of power grants you volatile rounds, and going invisible on each finisher, which you're going to have in our last fragment slot, will help you perpetually have that Devour up, and you'll be safe, on top of having the endless bubbles, the offensive bulwark to regenerate our grenade, and our Titan barricades. Now that you have a gist of the build, what it does, let's look at some actual gameplay of Grandmaster Nightfalls and some examples of the utility of it and how often you really do get to use this bubble, how much fun it is to use. And keep in mind, in these clips that you're going to see, I don't even have Lucent Blade on. I just found this out like hours ago. Like before I posted this, I was like, wow, I should have Lucent Blade on because it makes it that much better. So instead of the 4 glaive shots that you see that I'm having to hit, it'll be 3 hits with your glaive, and then you can shoot your tiny little Ward of Dawn down, which, keep in mind, does work with the Helm of Saint 14, can blind stuff. You know, it interacts with the Titan verbs very well. But yeah, enjoy the video, enjoy the build, like, comment, subscribe. I'll definitely be making more builds like this because I've already found other dope interactions that involve this glaive in particular. It has so much utility and so many avenues of builds. It's just insane. So yeah, it's your boy Turkey. Peace out. Enjoy the build, enjoy the video, and go take advantage of the double Nightfall rewards. Peace. That wasn't too bad. Did I get my shoot to loot hung jury SR4? No. Fred Scorpion. Wow, I'm tripping. I should definitely have boss spec on. Yeah, see, I don't know what any of that means or how to pronounce it. Hello. Props to you for getting a good build with that glaive. That's so cool, dude. Hey, dude, that's so cool. Positivity. We love it. We love it.